A few moments later.
I don't give a fuck about a fucking leader. Fuck a leader. Fuck you. You ain't got shit on me. I'm bigger than both of y'all. Facts. I was hitting you up.
Ciao. Sit down. What's up, chatters? Look here. I see why people are still having conversations about this god-awful situation a year later, because when the truth's wife does things like this, it makes me think, either am I mentally insane or is she? Because it really questions the sanity of others, because I don't see for the life of me how someone can want the situation to end and want to no one talk about it and to be past it. But how, if you are now making a career out of talking about it? It's one thing to discuss cyberbullying, but it's another to act as if you yourself didn't engage in cyberbullying, because I don't know what adult for the most part hasn't. None of us are clean. If you've ever called someone stupid, an idiot, a jerk, fat, a roach, a bedbug, a flea, ugly, little Bill, whatever the case may be, you yourself have contributed to bullying. Because guess what? Newsflash, no one's perfect. We all do it. But what's so ironic to me is people that sit on their platforms and have the nerve to judge others. Judge others for things that they themselves do. Who are you? Who are you to judge anybody for their actions when you engage in the same type of behavior? This is what doesn't make sense to me, and this is why I don't hold certain conversations. Because it's no point if you're dealing with someone that is delusional to their own nonsense. Certain people can't see past their own nose, but they can certainly point out all the fault in you. Let's be clear in this situation. We've seen a lot of ugly. A lot of ugly. It exposed some harsh truths about a lot of individuals and people and their character and their conduct and their judgment and their privilege, and I'm better than you and this and that, and I'm old and you're old and I have money and you have money. We have seen a lot of nonsense. But the fact that we are still holding news press releases and going on news stations talking about things that we ourselves did is crazy to me, that adults can behave this way. If you're gonna do an interview, keep it a buck for once in your life. Keep it a buck and say, I'm talking about this because I myself did it. Not sitting with our legs crossed pointing the finger at somebody else, because it's extremely contradictory. How dare anyone sit and point the finger at anyone doing something that they themselves have done? That's not mature. That's not one of sound judgment. I can't sit here and talk about anyone that makes a video about a social situation if I do it. I can't talk about anyone that makes a video about celebrity gossip if I do it. So for the life of me, I don't understand why people use their platforms to discuss something that others do without acknowledging that they themselves contributed to it. We don't get to sit on platforms and judge everyone else when you've done some wrong. And part of growth is admitting that, instead of playing the victim repeatedly. It's always someone else and never you. Someone else always did it, never me. No one's exempt. No one. And at some point, if you truly want people to move on from the situation, then your career should not be based off of the situation. At some point, it's time to focus on something else. Because if you're going to speak about bullying, even referring to your current mate as Booger Boy on social media is in fact cyberbullying. It's not justified simply because you did it. You don't have privilege. None of us do. Think of that when you're on your pedestal. Think of all that you've done when you're judging others. Think of things that you've said and how you contributed and how you opened the door for ridicule and criticism by continuously engaging in actions aiding to the situation never having any peaceful resolve. It's completely insane to me at this point. All of it is. I have no desire to speak on it when no one is accountable for their actions. Booking interviews to talk about the situation that you don't want anybody else to talk about. Growth is letting it go and closing the chapter and never, ever, ever speaking about it again. That's growth. Make sure to like, comment, follow, and subscribe.